Italy. And you may have seen me here in school. I just graduated from Terminal. And accomplishment will be good and will be amazing. So, what are we going to talk about today? I know you might be wondering, yes, we skipped the English, that's amazing, right? But who the hell is this guy and what does he want to talk about? Well, today we're going to talk about anxiety, how to face and to deal with anxiety. Because I think we live in a world where there's so much pressure on us. We have so much expectations from our parents, from our friends, from school. And we experience so much stress and we're not taught how to deal with it. We're left alone. And I remember when I was your age, not that I'm old, I'm 19, but when I was your age, I went to my mother and I told her, Mom, I have this feeling, I don't know, I feel stressed, I feel anxiety, and what can I do? And the response I got all the time was, just don't worry, right? Just don't worry. That's what most people tell us, just don't worry. And today I'm going to try to give you a wider answer to that question, how to deal with anxiety, and what is anxiety. But before we look at these strategies, I think we should, sorry guys. I want to start with a bold statement. I think the reason why most of us are single is because we are anxious, we have fear. Now, before you tell me I'm crazy, I want to tell you a story. 2 years ago, I arrived in France, moved from Italy, and the first day I met a new friend, and I called her Anna. And Anna, since the first day, she came to me and she told me, have you seen Marco? Have you seen his muscles? He's beautiful. I would like him to hug me, and as you can understand, Anna really liked Marco. So every time she came to me, I told her, okay, well, why don't you go talk to him, you know? Maybe he likes you too, maybe something can happen. And then sometimes she was like, yes, I'm gonna go. And sometimes she was like, I could never talk to Marco. But all the time, she was stuck from fear, from this anxiety she felt. Maybe because she was fearing being judged from my classmates or being refused from Marco. And so months went by and the holidays went by, the year went by, and every time she came to me, hey, Joe, have you seen him? I've seen him, why don't you? And soon, the second last day of school arrived, and Anna came to me again, and she told me, have you seen Marco? I saw Marco, I saw his muscles, they're so big, how can I not see them? Why don't you go talk to him? Literally, tomorrow is the last day, it's the last occasion. You have to tell him how you feel. And you have nothing to lose, so please promise me that you will. She said, yes. So I was like, whoa, she's gonna do it. I trusted Anna, I know she could do it. So we arrived at school the day after, and all excited. This is the day. And we do our classes, and then we go to take the bus here, just in front of the theater. And Marco was 1 meter away from me, and I look at Anna, I see Marco is alone, and so with my eyes I tell her, okay, this is the moment, this is really the moment. She looks at me, this warrior gaze, and she takes her backpack and she walks and she takes the bus and she goes home. And that made me really reflect that, because I saw my own behavior, my own approach to not only to get to know girls, but to make friends, to just live life. And before I tell you my story, I would like to tell you that Anna and Marco met once more. We were at the graduation ceremony and crazy things happened there. I was dancing with Marco. I don't know why I was dancing with Marco. I was dancing with Marco and Anna was just 1 meter behind me. So with one hand I keep dancing with Marco, and with the other I reach Anna and I dance them good together and I join their hands, and Anna and Marco finally met. And Anna was like, but she was so excited. Obviously, there was like the biggest cringe moment I've ever seen, but seconds after I saw this big relief from her face just going away. And I think she learned a lesson. I think she really learned that she can deal with the things she's scared of, and most of the times they're not even those big things you imagine. So much that later that night she came to me, where's Marco? I want to talk to you. I was like, what? 2 years you've not said a word. And now she was so courageous. And so yes, seeing her and you reflect on my own behavior, and not only I didn't have the courage to talk to a girl, because I had all this paranoia, all these fears, I'm not enough mentally, physically. And not only that, I went to school, I remember, and it was hard for me to walk in the corridors because I felt this pressure of being watched, of being judged, and I carry this voice that I'm not enough, that everybody is judging me, that everybody is blah 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 blah. And I told myself this fiction that I'm not, I don't fit in school, in this environment with my friends, and fictions are dangerous because we keep playing them and playing them. But still I felt anxious. And I didn't know how to deal with this anxiety, and so I did what I knew best. I went home and I played video games. Battlefield, Call of Duty, Fortnite, like I played them all, really, hours and hours. So much that one day my mother came into my room, she saw the PlayStation, she took the cables off and she threw it out of the window. And that was not the end, because I bought the PlayStation again a couple of months later. But I felt better, because I realized that I thought getting immersed in these video games, I entered these worlds, I had fun, I forgot my anxiety, I was doing fine, but that voice was still there. And now that the PlayStation was not there, it was out of the window, I had to deal with this voice again. Things went better for a bit because actually I realized that PlayStation was keeping me in my room, keeping me myself. But unfortunately I ended up going out with friends that I love, but they had negative habits, and we started doing all these things that today we think are so cool, like smoking, drinking, and taking that and this, and then I thought, yes, this is it. In a moment, in a sip, in a puff, in whatever, I'm nowhere, I'm having fun, my anxiety is away, that voice, I'm not hearing it. It really takes a moment, and yeah, this is it, I thought. But soon the same thing happened with the PlayStation. That the thing I was doing, it started fueling my anxiety, and so much that I began to reach a point where I carried this paranoia, and I couldn't go to school, and I couldn't go out of my room. It was so hard, and I didn't know what to do with it. But I was lucky, because my mother moved to France, and I followed her, and here I had the opportunity to rebuild myself, to find new friends in a beautiful school. It's a beautiful school, I like this school. And so I learned some practices, some things, some strategies that today I want to share with you. But before we see these strategies, I think it's important to define anxiety. What is anxiety? And before I give you my own definition, I would like to hear yours. If somebody of you is so brave and wants to give his own definition, I have my friend Jacobo there with the microphone. And I'm not telling you to not be anxious, because it's not easy to talk in the microphone. I'm feeling a bit anxious, and it's okay. But do it anyways. So if you want to give me your definition of anxiety, I think I will love it. Or what you think it is, just your ideas. Come on, guys. Come on, raise your hand.
Was it?
Come on, guys. Someone else can respond.
Okay. What's your name?
So this is just how I feel when I get anxious. I feel very nervous and kind of worried to do something, and it often stops me from achieving goals. And I start to feel like tight in my chest, and yeah.
Whoa, it's amazing. What's your name?
Marie-Louise.
Marie-Louise?
Yeah.
Please, let's make an applause to Marie-Louise. I think you wanna, yeah, please. How do you put in your microphone? So what's your name, bro?
I'm Francis.
Francis. Let's make an applause for Francis. What is anxiety for you?
For me, like, anxiety is like when you're scared to do something.
I see. Yeah.
And
it's perfect.
like the best way to get over it is just like do it.
Yeah, man, no, I like that mindset. Man, you should come on stage. Thank you, guys. Okay, amazing. Thank you, guys. And well, to give you my own definition, I would like to first do a quick experiment with you. And I think this is long enough to... Oh, can I have the microphone a second? Okay, sorry, guys. Okay, can you hear me?
Right.
Okay. So, I think, no, oh, yes, what is anxiety, right? Okay, so I think we all know what this is, right? This is a spider, this is a tarantula, and I don't know you, but I don't like tarantulas. Raise your hands, please, if you don't like tarantulas, so I can see you. Okay, there's a lot of us. Okay. Yeah, like this. Yeah. What I did today was that I bought here in this box for my little brother's Giovanni. He goes crazy for these things, and he has 2 tarantulas. So what I'm gonna do is, I know it's not pleasant, I know it's not nice. We're here to face our anxiety, right? Or fears. So what I'll do is I'll gently open this box. Please don't stress. I'm gonna come off stage and count one of you who's scared from tarantulas. I know you're brave, boys. I know you're brave. Okay, there was really not tarantulas, not even in the building. My little brother doesn't even have a vivarium. I don't know why you got so scared. No, well, the reason why I did this is to show you that no matter what you believe, if in the box was a tarantula or if they were 500 years, we'll be like, oh, throw it on me, please, right? No matter what you believe, that became your reality. And I think this is crucial to understand what anxiety is. Because, this might be, sorry guys, again. Because it's our thoughts that create our reality. Okay, it's good, right? Really, again, no matter what you thought there was in that box, even if it wasn't true, there was no spider, still you felt anxious, still you felt certain emotions. So the way I define anxiety is that it is a real emotion that we feel in our bodies caused by fear, which is something that originates in our minds and is unrelated to reality. And of course, there are some real threats we have in our lives, especially ones, right? The fight or flight mechanism, the tiger, I think you all know that, right? And that was essential because that anxiety made us move faster, be more present and focused. But nowadays, most of the anxiety we fear is an illusion, it's in our imagination. That's why Seneca said, our dangers are more numerous than our fears, and we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. So, we have briefly looked what is anxiety, and now I would like to share with you some strategies we can use to deal with anxiety. And I like to divide the strategies I found and I've discovered and I practiced into 2 big spectrums. And the first one is working from the outside in, which are the practices we can use to help us manage our emotions. And working from the inside out, which by contrast is working on our perception of things with our thoughts. And to briefly look at the outside in practices, there's so many of them, and obviously I don't have time and I don't know them all, I still have to learn. But there's one I would like to present you with, and that's called exposure. Now I've learned from this guy, it's called improv. I think you guys know him, maybe, some of you. And I saw him, and I remember when I had these negative patterns thing, I was going crazy. I went under a cold shower and I came back here, fresh, new. And the only thing you need to know, if you want to do this, is that your mother may scream at you for more than a month or weeks. This is the video to prove you that.
Moi, je suis je ne peux rien dire.
Yeah, my mother can say nothing. It's okay. It's okay. Things fell. We leave them there. Okay. So no, obviously, I'm not suggesting you to do cold baths or these things. These are extreme things. They really have their benefits. They really do. But it's not what I want you to do. Instead, what we can do is replace this stress we put us physically with a cold bath or a cold shower with some exercise. And I'm sure. Oh, sorry. Okay, and I'm sure some of you play football, right? Raise your hands if you play football. Okay, there's much of us. That's good. And even basketball. I think many of us play basketball, and okay, that's cool. And I know some girls here in the school do horse riding. I love horse riding. Like, okay, raise your hands. Okay, and dance. Sorry guys. Okay, even dance. It's a beautiful thing. If you do dance, that's amazing, bro. It's amazing. Okay. So you're already good at these things, and keep doing them. They do incredible things to manage your stress and anxiety and all your emotions. And if you don't find yourself feeling in this, don't do exercise or none of these sports, don't worry, you're still walking, so cheers to yourself, but get curious on some exercise you can do, some sports, because it's amazing. And the next thing I'd like to talk about is meditation. Now, meditation has for long years been misunderstood. We thought that you sit down, right, and you go, and then you float, and you don't float. And when I say to my friends, why don't you try to meditate? I see them stressing. Try to meditate. And they say, no, I cannot stop thinking. But the thing is that meditation is not stop thinking, it's stop reacting to thoughts. So whenever a thought comes into your mind and you don't like it, the many negative ones, those are the ones we don't like, we don't react to it. And we let it go or stay there however it wishes. And it is an amazing skill, especially if you're stressed and anxious often, because you have so many negative thoughts and you can just not react to them. They lose power on you. And that you learn with meditation. And in the recent years, many people begin to do it. We see CEOs, businessmen. It's something we are starting to cultivate as a culture. And there's athletes like Kobe Bryant that, fortunately, he passed away, but he was known for meditating. And this actress, I think we all know her, but I forgot her name. Sorry. And Kylie Jenner, models. And there's even rappers like J. Cole. So, J. Cole is lit. And so yeah, I suggest you to, if you would like to, get curious into this. And the next thing to look at, of course, is sleep and diet. How much you sleep, how well do you sleep, and how you're eating. I'm hearing doctors treating people with depression and even schizophrenia, mentally diseased by changing their diets. It's crazy. Now, before I show you the last strategies, I would like to ask you a question again. And that the question is, what is the thing that is always with you? What is the thing that you never leave and you always carry? So you can scream at me the answer. So, phone, your heart, that's true, man. Your phone, that's also true. And another idea? Your personality, that's true also. Very smart, bro. Okay, yeah. And if you think about it, another thing you always carry with you from the moment you're born till the moment you're dead is your breath. It's cool. It's so cool. This one, I love it. Thank you. So, when you're stressed, what changes? Your breath. When you're joyful, what changes? Your breath. The change in breath accompanies every emotion. And so if we learn to control it, we can push ourselves outside negative states. And it's crazy what it can do. And I would like you to experience this thing. If you're open to, I would like to guide you through a less than 1 minute breath work. It's going to take 1 second. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 6, and exhale for a count of 7. So it's in for 4, hold for 6, and exhale for 7. We're going to do that 2 times, so it's going to be really quick. So here we go. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Okay, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And one more. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that feels good? Okay, that's nice. So, I remember going to the exams last weeks and I came there and, I deal with anxiety, I'm good now. And I was seeing everybody stressed and I started stressing too, like, why is everybody going so crazy? And I just took some deep breaths and I came back into focus and I did my exams. So, I think this is an amazing tool because we always have it with us. And I'm not saying you don't know how to breathe, absolutely no, you do it all day, you're already so good at it. But we're not taught how to use it and how to control it, and there's beautiful ways we can do that. And now, sorry. Okay, now I would like to see with you the spectrum, the other side of working with emotions. And this is not only for anxiety, but really any emotion we want to have or not have. And in working from the inside out revolves changing our ways of seeing things. Because as we saw before, if you see that in that box, if you think that in the box there was a spider, you'll be so scared. But if you think there's 500 years, you'll be excited to see the box, right? And so there's a beautiful phrase of Wayne Dyer that says, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And I know this is so simple, but it's really true. Before, when I was in school, I thought, oh, this is a jail. Come on, you go to school, you study math, oh, that is boring as hell. But then I came here, and I said, you know what, maybe school is not that bad. Maybe I can learn from math. Maybe I can even be courageous and be myself and crazy, and just participate in the school environment. And I did, and the whole thing, the whole experience changed for me. And I'm sure there's many examples we can all relate to. And another phrase that I would like you to consider is this one. It's Tony Robbins said, we don't experience life, we experience the part of life we focus on. Just yesterday I had my stepfather, and I love him, he's an amazing person. He allowed me to be here, and I'm forever grateful for him, but every time he comes from work, and he sees, I don't know, I've left maybe my phone on the table or a chair not well prepared. He goes crazy, like, why isn't it all in order? And I started focusing on the negative of him, because he always comes to me and he always corrects me and I get pissed and all these things. But yesterday my mom reminded me that actually it's thanks to my stepfather that I'm here today, that I changed my life and I moved to France. And I started focusing on that, and now I really think about him in a different way. Every time I see him, like I saw him today, and the first thing that came to my mind was, damn, I should be more grateful to him. So I focused on the positive, I focused on what I can be grateful for, and the whole thing changes. And there's an experiment I would like to invite you to do. I know this is maybe a bit strange to do with classmates nearby, but it's something that is really powerful. And it's one of the tools I really use the most to change how I feel, not to repress an emotion, but to invite new positive emotions. And that's visualization. So if you're open to, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes for a second and take a deep breath in. Perfect. And if you can, bring to your memory an image, a moment you can be grateful for, with your friends, with your family. A moment you truly felt alive with. Or even a moment where you couldn't stop laughing. Feel that moment, what you were seeing. Okay. Now, this is maybe too quick to really understand the power of visualization, but you can open your eyes. Okay. Science shows that we cannot be angry and grateful at the same time. And what the emotion of gratefulness does to our brain, it's really amazing. It changes our whole biochemistry. And so when you're feeling anxious, stressed, or angry, you can remind yourself to think about a positive moment, to even close your eyes if you have the possibility, and just immerse yourself in this moment, and you'll have another energy. You really feel different, and you'll take amazing actions, because when we feel good, we take good actions, right? When we feel bad, we take horrible actions. So, this is it, guys. Don't be angry, grateful, sorry. Okay. Oh, no, damn, this is not it, I'm sorry. I made the most important part. Okay, so there's a phrase of Gio X, and I'm sorry, teachers, but this is his name. But he says in one of his songs, the best thing in life on the opposite side of fear. And I love this phrase, because I think, yeah, we saw how we can repress anxiety, how we can invite new positive emotions, but actually anxiety, as all of the emotional experience, it's something, it's there for a purpose. It's not an error, it's not something wrong with it. And using anxiety can mean understanding what we care about. Like if you're anxious about getting a bad grade in school, maybe it is because you care about getting a good grade and making good exams, or whatever it is. If you're scared of maybe, I don't know, being yourself, it's maybe because you care about being yourself, right? Another way anxiety can be useful is that it can show us exactly the road we have to take. I don't know when, but 1.5 years ago, when I came here and began to construct this mindset and learn these things, I saw a girl, or even a stranger, a friend, mostly girls, that I wanted to talk to, and I was like, damn, I should go, and bam, the anxiety, the fear came back in. But I began to say, you know what? That voice is here, that's exactly what I have to do. I have exactly to go there and do the opposite this voice is telling me to do. And the more I did so, the more I discovered that anxiety is most an illusion. It's most a total distortion we create solely in our minds. And I found out that most of the friends, most of the people are happy if you go to them and you talk to them. Most of the people are grateful to have somebody getting to know them. It's amazing. And so yes, guys, the last message is this one. Remember that you can use anxiety even to your favor, but you can deal with any emotion you experience. We all have emotional muscles, and just like going to the gym, you just have to train it. Thank you so much, and thank you so much. If you have any questions, if you would like to share something with us, again, maybe what anxiety is for you, or some of your strategies, what are some of the strategies you use to feel less anxious? Come on, be brave. I know you have many, or maybe not many, but I know you have some. Maybe Jacobo wants to share one with us. Come on, come here, man. Let's make an applause for Jacobo, please. Jacobo is an amazing dude. I love him so much. Here you go, bro. Here you go. Okay, so tell us, how do you deal with anxiety, man?
Meditation is great, honestly. I cannot recommend it more. I literally got it from this guy. This guy taught me how to meditate, basically. But you can't really be taught how to meditate. Like, you just do it somehow. But it's great. You guys should try it, like really.
Thank you so much, brother. If anybody wants to share anything else, like other strategies, I'd love to hear your opinion also, because I want to understand what you're going through and how you're dealing what you're going through. So you can also contact me on my socials if you have any questions, if you would like to write me, and I'll be pleased to answer you. Yeah, maybe I should show them. Okay, yeah. Okay. There they are. YouTube channel and Instagram. Okay, that's it, guys. We can go back to study English. Yeah. Was better than English? No. Well, my English is absolutely not bad. I should go to some English classes. But yeah, we had. Did you enjoy this experience? Yeah. Okay. What would you improve?
Nothing.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. No, literally, if you have any suggestion, I need them. I need to improve this. Okay. Well, you can always text me later, and for whatever reason, I'll be happy to respond. Thank you so much, guys. And